How is it going, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Nice warm 76-degree day here in North Carolina. Got a little bit of a cold in my chest, so please forgive me if I sniffle or anything, but today we're going to talk about something very important. And what is that? Well, hold on just one second, we'll get to it. But why so scared? I'll leave it like that. Today we have double the pleasure. I'm doing two things at once. Let me show you what we got going on here. Yes sir, working on both them beauties. The black one, I'm just going to be fixing the dash where I cracked it. Not really fixing, I'm just going to be gluing it back together and until I can save up to get the other dash, because the original dash that comes in it is $500. 500, oh god. Unless I can find one in a junkyard. Nobody has them in junkyard. The red one, however, we're going to be putting a coat of wax on it, and I'll show you exactly what wax here in just a few minutes. But first I want to talk to you about something, and I just don't get it, but we'll figure it out. Now what I did, and I just thought I would do it on a whim just to see what would they say, what they would do, and here it is. I'll just put it out there. I reached out to several, well, almost all automotive detail companies that you can find locally in your neck of the woods, and then a few mail order ones. In other words, you can walk in Advance Auto, AutoZone, Walmart, any of those places. They have received emails and letters from me, and what I was proposing was, let me show you. I have no garage, as you can see. My car is set outside. Sometimes they're undercover, but most of the time they are not. And I got to thinking one night about detailing products and everything. Oh, 6 months, up to 6 months, up to 6 months, up to a year. Oh, up to a year, yes. Those are some pretty good claims. And through my years of working with detailing stuff, and as I've said many times, on that black car is the original paint from 1993. Now, I'm not saying I know what I'm doing by any means. I'm not a professional. I don't know all the chemical makeup of the waxes and stuff. I don't care. As long as it works and it doesn't kill me in the process, right? So, you know, some of them have worked pretty good for me, as you can tell from the finish on the black car. And I'm trying to keep the red car just as looking and lasting just as long. But the proposal that I sent out to all these detailing product manufacturers, and the reason I say all the ones that are in your local stores is because my channel is dedicated to trying to help you guys maintain your vehicles, keep them looking better longer and all that stuff, with stuff that is readily available, super easy to put on and apply and take off. And that would be considered your consumer grade products. Yes, they don't cut like the polishes and compounds don't cut as aggressive as the ones that the pros use and all that stuff. It's understandable, but some pros use the same stuff you can buy out of those stores, I guarantee it. But with all that said, I proposed to them for them to send me some of their products. I know I'm asking for free product. I understand that. I'm gonna get that out of the way right up front. I keep nothing from you guys. I asked for free products. I did. Not for my own personal use. I explained to them in a nutshell. Here's what I said. I put in my name, my channel name, well, all my social media and my YouTube channel. I told them what my channels were about. I told them what I do. You know, I try to provide information for you to better be able to choose products to help you, the consumer, the ones that actually buy the products. And I wanted to put their products up against some products that I have, that I use, that is tried and true, that work for me. Okay, well, some of them never replied back, just, which I can understand that. They probably get thousands and thousands of emails and requests for free product all the time. Some of them replied back, said no thanks. Some of them, well, one in particular sent me back an application for a sponsorship. To do the sponsorship, I had to open up a store account with them. I had to then, I want to get this right, so let me think. I had to open up a store account. I got 25% off of their goods, but I had to be a minimum of a $50 order. I had to order stuff from them regularly, as it said in the comment or in the contract. I'm like, regularly? What the heck's regularly? And you know, stuff like that. And I was like, no, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not the purpose of this video. So, or this series that I'm wanting to try to put together, and they just didn't want to. Number one, they probably didn't actually read the email. They just seen free product and sent me the contract. And then one sent me a message saying, thank you dear so-and-so, you know, we appreciate the offer, but our products have been tried, our products have been tested. All you got to do is look up the products on YouTube, yada yada yada, so many people, you know, and we stand by our product 100%. There's no need to do a side-by-side comparison like this. Okay. Now I found that a little bit arrogant and a little bit understandable. The arrogant part was, most of these people that get these products are already buying them, so they're not going to really bash them, you know. Which I don't want to bash anybody. I'm not going to bash anybody. I just want to tell you guys and inform you guys on the truth. I can understand the arrogant part because, you know, they're proud of the products and they stand by them. Good. I'm glad. Great for you. You know, from all accounts, your products do work. But here is the reason I wanted to do this series. And the reason that I showed you that I had no carport or garage. My cars sit outside 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, period. They're never under any storage. The only time, like I said, every once in a while, during the real pollinating months and stuff like that, I will try to keep one or two of them under car covers. But that's it. The rest of the time they sit outside in the rain, the snow, the blaring sun, all that stuff. And like I said in the beginning, that black car has the original paint. So evidently I am doing something right. So what I told them I was wanting to do, and I'm sorry this is getting long-winded, I know, and then we'll get to the real purpose of the video, or part of the purpose of the video. I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison of their products against the consumer grade products that I buy out of my general store to see how they hold up in real life conditions. Not taking them in a garage, putting on this coating and letting it sit for 24 hours and then have to use some kind of stupid boost on it 6 months down the road or 3 months down the road, whatever. Real world. Come on, real world. How much more real world can you get than being outside, right? That's where the cars are. You drive them outside. You don't drive to work in your carport. Jesus Christ, people. Not y'all, the companies. I just didn't get some of the responses, and I don't understand why nobody wanted to take me on this test. I really don't. Because if you're putting on a ceramic coating, okay, and I'm not knocking ceramic coatings, from all intent and purposes, they're great. They do what they say. I'm hesitant to put one on my car for the simple reason, well, two reasons. One, you got to put them on where they can't get water. And two, or have water on them for a certain amount of hours. They've come down from 24 hours now to 12 hours, which is better. They're getting there. But two, paint. The paint on cars nowadays have to breathe. They've always had to breathe, but they have to breathe. And you're sealing in this paint. So once you use this coating for several years, it's unanswered to me so far in product testing and whatnot how the paint's going to hold up once that coating's gone. So that's another reason. But now don't get me, they make their cars look absolutely phenomenal. The gloss and everything, it just, oh man, it makes them look so good. And of course the hydrophobic, which everybody's so caught on nowadays, I don't get. But some of these coatings out there can cost quite a bit, $50 up to a couple $100. And then if you can't apply it yourself, well, then you got to pay somebody with another couple $100 to do it for you. So I'm still old school, old fashioned if you will. I like doing it. It's my stress reliever. I actually enjoy putting my hands on my cars, polishing, waxing, cleaning, all that good stuff. And to this date, nobody could show me, almost nobody, I'll take that back, the guys with the coatings can show me cars that are maintained and have the gloss level and the looks of my cars compared to theirs. They can't beat them. They can equal them, but they can't beat them. I mean, it just can't, you know. Yeah, some guy that's just spent 10 grand on a professional paint correction, yeah, he can beat me. Okay, I'll take that back. But your general guy that goes down to AutoZone or Vance Auto or Walmart and buys the same stuff that I buy and uses it, can't beat me. And I'm not bragging, I'm just saying. Whatever I'm doing it right. Or it's working, let me put it that way, it's working. And that's the goal of my channel, and that's the goal of the offer that I put out there, and nobody took me up. Nobody. And not stealing a phrase from a Batman movie, but why so scared? Why are all of you companies so scared for me to product test your products against known products that I use that work in real world conditions? Now let's get on with the other part of this video. Let me walk you up here and I'll show you what we're doing. Now this car over here, the red 2012 2SS Camaro, as you can see, it is looking shiny. See what I'm saying? Who's going to beat me on this gloss? Who's going to beat me? With consumer grade products and general backyard know-how. Right? Who's going to do it? Look at this. Now I prepped this yesterday for what I'm going to do today. I stripped the wax off of it, and I'll get some water here in a second and show you. I stripped the wax off of it. I washed it in Dyno Wax, wash and wax. I'll show that to you also here in just a second. It's a super phenomenal detail grade wash. It doesn't take much. You get a lot for the money. I'll show you the other side so you don't think I'm pulling your leg. And it's really, really inexpensive too. You get a lot for your money and you use little for your money, if that makes sense. One cap full for a complete bucket wash. And I can actually wash 2 cars out of 1 bucket. That's how lathery this stuff is. And I actually won it from a guy on YouTube, him and his great wife. Nasty2SS is the channel name. Be sure to look him up and check out his channel. As you can see, got a shirt on today. Yes sir. Thank you, Jeremy and Holly. I really appreciate it.
You reshake it because the conversation. Okay.
Camaro time.
Camaro time. That's Pete. All right. All right. I'm
oh, am I supposed to show? You said I was supposed to.
Yeah. Let's show. Hold on. I'll focus. We're doing one
continuous recording.
Yeah, one continuous recording, so it doesn't look like we edited. Oh, they saw my PJs. All right, hold on. Let me focus. Oh, it's focusing on you. Manual focus. Camaro time. That's you, Pete.
But the Dyno Wax is what I washed it with. It's stripped of all paint. Sitting out here letting the paint cool off and everything. I'm getting a few of the tree things and everything on it, so I'm gonna have to be sure to knock that off. But what we're going to put on it, I'll show you that again here in a second, is Griot's Garage Poly Wax, which can be bought almost at any store. I picked mine up at my local AutoZone. As an Advance Auto the other day, they had it. So we're going to put it on, we're going to apply it to that. This car already has it. I put it on exactly 1 week ago, last Friday. Putting the same thing on it. And we're going to do endurance test, right? Or longevity test, however you want to say it, to see how long it lasts. They claim several months out of the Polywax. I've used their one-step sealer, and you definitely get several months out of it. This one is filthy because it's set out overnight and got pollen all over it, as you can see. Do not do that to your car, by the way. But I just wanted you to see that it was dirty. But that has it on it. It's been on it for 1 week. From today, I'll give you the date here in a few minutes when we go to talking about this one. And we are going to check both of these cars. Yep. Getting dizzy yet? We're going to check both of these cars on longevity tests to see how long they last. 1 week ago, and this one will be today. We're going to be applying the Polywax to that from Griot's Garage. And like I said, my other project, which I'm not going to show you, which I'm during the video, but I am ashamed of. Let me turn you back around. Last year I was coating all my, well, not coating, putting some protectant on all of, There's that daggum thing again. Sorry. I was putting some protectant on all of my interior panel pieces on the inside of this car. I've never done it before. And I've done this so many times before. I actually would take my dash out, clean it and stuff, you know, and put it back in the dash cover. Well, this time when I went to do it, snap, crackle, pop. As you can see, it's cracked. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to put a couple of dots of super glue on there and push it back down and see if it'll at least hold flat without doing all that curling and crap, ruining it, making it look worse. Because I don't want it to break apart, fall down into the car and all that. So let me get all the stuff together for these two projects and I'll be right back. I know, before you say, why am I not washing this car? Well, number one, I want to work on that one. Number two, this is going to be the one I drive tomorrow. It's going to rain anyway, so I'm going to pull it up after I take care of the dash and just rinse it off before I go in for the night. And that'll be that. But here we go, the products I'm going to be using. Turn you around. Here we go. Like I said, I got some water so I can show you that there's no wax on that car. This is what I washed it with. This is some super good smelly washing wax by Dino Wax. And what makes this so great is, number one, the leather properties when you put it in a bucket. Oh man, that leather's like crazy. But it has brighteners in it, and as you can see, I don't have a lot of it left because I sent some to a couple different people for testing and for them to try it. You know, I'm not going to hoard my stuff. But it's concentrated car wash soap, as you can see. 32 ounces, get this, 32 ounces for $8. How in the world can you beat that? And I still do not know how many capfuls you can get out of it yet. I haven't measured it, but I'm guessing that's 1 ounce. No, that ain't 1 ounce, that's probably ½ ounce. So that times 32, you know, that's what you get. But $8, how can you beat that? Smells good, works good. That's the red car. Now, as far as what we're going to be putting on it, liquid gloss polywax, I'm sorry. I'll read you the instructions and stuff here in a few minutes. It's made by Griot's Garage. This is a really professional grade company, but they've started making consumer grade or less expensive products for us consumers, and started selling it in places like AutoZone and Advance Auto and all that stuff. I think I paid like $18 for this bottle. But as you can see by the size of my hand, I don't have small hands. It's a good size. It doesn't say what size the bottle. Oh, there it is, 16 ounces. I just saw it, 16 ounces. You can see it's half that. Well, that was real smart. But anyhow, I'm going to be applying that same thing that I have on this, and we're going to see how long it lasts on both cars. They say up to, I forget where I saw it, but I've seen somewhere people have been saying up to 6 months. Well, like I was saying about everything that I was sending. Sorry about all the noise. Trying to get you turned around. Same thing I was saying about all the other companies. They say up to 6 months, they say up to a year. But is that real world? I mean, is that really true? So we're going to find out about this. I'm not going to be doing anything except putting it on, wiping it off. Number one, I'm going to show you how easy it is. I'm not going to show you how to wax a whole car because there's a gazillion, fired up dirt track car. There's a gazillion videos out there of people putting it on and applying it. And one last thing I didn't show you, my California Duster. I broke it out because, like I showed you, those little bits coming from the trees where they're starting to leaf out and everything are falling on the car. So you don't want anything on the car when you go to wax it because you're just going to rub scratches in. So I'm going to hit each panel on top before I do it, and then I'll do it. And you'll probably see me doing it in the video. So let's get over here to the tripod, which I have set up, and we will get to the order business. Now first up, got the applicator pad that came with the polywax, and it says apply a thin even coat to paint surface by hand or orbital. In this case we're doing by hand. Allow to cure for 10 to 30 minutes depending on temperature. Now it's 76 degrees, humidity is about 60 I think they said, so it's not real humid, it's not hot, but I'm still going to give it the full 30 minutes. That way, well, it says 30 minutes, I'm going to do it 30 minutes to allow the maximum cure time. That way I get the maximum hardness for the test. Wipe initial residue with a clean microfiber towel. Turn cloth over and lightly buff to a high luster. That's all there is to it. Can't be any simpler than that, but it says tip of the trade. For superior results, use lower speeds along with soft pads when applying wax with orbital. We're not doing it, so that's all there is to it. Liquid polywax. Let's get some of this stuff off right here and then I'll show you how easy it actually is. Set that right there. I can't believe the dust and pollen it has already gotten on this. Just from sitting out here that little bit of time. But you can see these little things that look like dots on camera. That's just out of the tree. We're going to wipe that off, right? Wipe this whole half off. And like I said, I'm going to do the whole car. But I'm going to start off right here showing you how easy it is to apply this product. And then we'll move on. Now, like any chemical, any wax, anything that you use, always give it a good shake because stuff will separate. This being man-made, it's not really going to separate that much. Normally your natural products will kind of settle to the bottom and the water will rise to the top, so you really shake it. But still, any active ingredients or anything, you want to get it mixed up even though there's none. 100% safe for clear coats. Well, what I love about these bottles is, watch this. Just pull the top up and it's open. Pretty cool. I'm just going to start off with that much. And then you just cross hatch pattern, put it on. You're not buffing, you're not wiping hard. This stuff goes on so easy. And as you get more and more built up in your pad, you won't have to apply as much to the pad for each section. But you want to do it kind of in a crosshatch pattern so you get everything covered. You want to do a small section at a time, that way you don't run out of product on your pad. No, we're not doing circles, we're not doing anything, we're just applying the product. That's how easy it goes on. It's amazing at how today's products go on. I actually am working on a video now of products that was used back when we didn't have all these super fancy products. And you'd be amazed at what some people would put on their cars just because that's the only option they had. Absolutely amazing at what they used to use. I really wish some of those companies would have took me up on my offer. Not because I wanted a free product, just simply because I wanted to see how their products did stand out, because they make these amazing claims, and if I could put something on my car and give me 6 months of protection and not have to do it again, I'm all for it. But none of them would bite. So I'll continue doing like I'm doing. And this is one of the companies I reached out to. I'm not going to say what the response was, if any. It's one of them. I already like their products anyway, so I don't see what it would have hurt for them to go along with the test. That way, if I had multiple companies do it, I could have just said, well, I'm using product A, product B, I received it from them, you know. But they didn't bite, so. But that's how easy it goes on. No sense in you sitting here and watch me do the whole car, because like I said, there's thousands of videos out there of people doing it. So let me get it applied and we'll be right back. Oh, I need to do this too. It's just for kicks. Today, is April 4th, time 4:55 p.m. So I'll show you that time again whenever I get done. We'll give it 30 minutes secure, and then that'll be that. I almost forgot this important step. Oh God, I've already got the top done. I've already got the hood done, the top done, the back deck done, and halfway down the side. And like I said, I've got the hood done. You can already see tree stuff falling on it already. But I forgot to show you the water beading, because I told you I stripped this car and there's no wax on it whatsoever. So here, hey, it's just sheeting off. There is absolutely no wax on there at all, none whatsoever. See? But I just wanted to show you that before I was called a liar. But like I said, I've gotten the hood, the top, the back, all along the side, and to the Camaro lettering. And it is only 5:15. As you can see, it's not taking long at all. So let me get back to it and we'll be right back. Alright, got it all done. Let me set this down and I'll show you what time it is. The time is, and I didn't rush, 5:32. So it took me, with doing the video and everything, 45 minutes to do this whole car. This car is a pain to see when you have anything on it. This Victory Red, it is so hard, because if you look at it, it doesn't look, still looks real glossy and everything, but it looks kind of muted, if you will. So let me take you around and show you that I really did do this. Get the light in the right direction. As you can see, there's some haze going across there. You can see my buff marks and everything. Hopefully that's coming through. But this car, and you can see all the trash coming from the trees, but that's alright. Trees gotta live too. You can see this side is flatter. Now, there's a couple things I want to warn you about. When you first start out, this pad is dry. Okay? There's one or two things you can do. You can butter the pad, in other words, put several dots of the polywax on here and then work it in with your hand and stuff. Or you can do a couple places like I did on mine. I decided not to butter it this time. I started to just wax the hood. Okay? Now, either or, which way you go, there is no correct. Some people will say it's better to do this. Some people will, I'm telling you, through my years of experience, that it doesn't really matter by hand. Polishers, yes, it does matter. I always butter the pads on the polisher. But by hand, you don't have to. Again, you can see kind of swirls and stuff where you can see the actual polywax on there. But what I wanted to make you aware of with this, it will build up in this foam pad. As you can see, it will actually start coming through. So wear gloves, which I didn't. I just wipe my hands off every so often on a rag. But when you do finally get it full, you will need nowhere near as much product as you did when you first started. As you've seen when I did the first half, I probably put probably 6 dots overall on the pad to do that whole half of the hood. Then I did this half. Then I did the rear quarter and the door, and never once had to put more product in this. Super, that's just super, that's great. So what we're going to do now is we're going to give it the full 30 minutes. I'll tell you the other tip I was going to give you here again. Let me check the time again. Let's just call it 5:35. So at 5 minutes after 6, we'll start taking this off. I'll give it 35 minutes to cure, which the top and the hood's already, cured. But with that said, we'll give it till 5 minutes after 6. Then we'll come back and I'll show you how easy it is to buff this off. But the second tip I wanted to give you, I do it no matter what I'm doing. Washing, drying, waxing, doesn't matter. I always start on the top and work my way down. With washes, the reason I do it is because I use one bucket, 1 minute, and that's it. I put the water and the soap on top, it runs down the side, so it's constantly pre-soaking everything as it goes down. So when I get down to the bottom, everything's pre-soaked. I don't have to worry about any problems, right? Well, with waxing, it's not really the reason I do it. It's just the reason I do it like that. I'm used to doing it like that, so it's built into my methodology to do it like that. But there's a point to what I'm trying to tell you. Down here on the bottom, your rocker panels, underneath your rear bumper, underneath your front bumper. Yes, underneath. I even get underneath mine. Save those for last. no matter how hard you try during the drying process and everything, you might have a little bit of trash on those rocker panels. You do not want to get that in this and then put it on that paint. So save your rocker panels down there at the bottom till last, and you'll have no issues. I'll see you back here in 30 minutes and we'll get this buffed off. 6:05, let's get to it. Now, as you can see, got more stuff from the tree. It's like I said, it's springtime, what can you do? Except wipe it off. And what we're going to be using is this handy little polishing rag that came with the kit. I've used it twice before on the black cars, that's why there's some tint to it. But all we're going to do is just buff it off. I mean, I know I've already used it, so I know what to expect. But for you guys and gals that don't know, let's get it on. As before, I'm going to lightly dust it off to get all the pollen and stuff off of it. This is all there is to it. Throw it down. Wipe over it one quick time. Flip it over. And wipe it again. As you can see, I'm not using any pressure or anything. Just following the instructions. That's all there is to it. It comes off that easy. Today's products are amazing, and this product, I'm telling you, you're going to really, really like it. Now I'm going to back you up, time lapse, little intro, little music, and speed things up, time lapse, and get this whole car done. I just want you to see it from beginning to end, and I'm not trying anything funny. I'm actually doing what it says, and then I'll give you the final show. And just so you know what time it is when I stop, and I'm going to go at that same pace. I'm not going to speed up, try to rush or anything. Time is 6:08. Now, back to the montage. Well, as you can see, I just got done with the car. Time is 6:30 even. Now, a couple minutes that I was setting up a photo, so I'm gonna take off 5 minutes. So 6:25. So it literally took me 20 minutes to wipe it, the whole car down. And now we're going to get the water for the water test that everybody likes to see. So let's go get some water. You have to excuse my mess at the back, but I've been doing a little bit of remodeling inside the house, and the wife's been doing some potting. So get us some water. Walk back to the car. I'm doing this live so you can see exactly what's going on. Look at that shine from here. Wow. And that's what put that shine on that car too as well. By the way, the gluing project didn't work because as I started to try to pull it apart to glue it, it wanted to try to break in other places. So I said, screw that. Leave it as it is. But look at that shine. Holy moly. I mean, just look at that. Again, why so scared, everybody? All you freaking detail product manufacturers. I mean, look at that. Come on, really? Why y'all so scared? But here, let's try the water test. Everybody loves to see this. And since I don't believe in it, but since this is a longevity test, I'm gonna do it. You saw what it was like before. I'll post that in now. Hey. It's just sheeting off. There is absolutely no wax on there at all. None whatsoever, see? But I just wanted to show you that. And now you'll see what it is like present time. Watch this. Look at that. Runs right off. I don't like using the water hose because water hose causes undue beading, leftover beading and stuff. But look how fast that water got off there. Tight uniform beads of what's left. But that's gone. And that's what you want. You want sheeting action. Everybody loves to see water beading, but that isn't really what you want. You want water sheeting. Water beading is just water that's staying on your car. You don't want your water to stay on your car. You want it to get off. But there's that. Works pretty good. Well, let me rephrase that. Works really good. Now I'll get you some closing montage footage and we will get out of here. But there you go. That's all there is to it. 25 minutes to take it off. And I forget how long to put it on. Another 25 minutes to put it on. Maybe 30. Because I didn't rush it. I took my time. I'll put the collective time in the monitor now so you can see it. But there it is. And the reason I wanted to get it done is twofold. Well, threefold. Number one, I wanted to do a longevity test and a product review. Number two, it's fixing to rain again, so I wanted to get some protection on it because I stripped it all off yesterday. And what was, oh, the third one. I had to think for a second. Third one in like 2.5 weeks, we're having a car show, the first one of the year, downtown Monroe, North Carolina, and I wanted to get her protected and shined up before then as part of the longevity test. Now all I got to do is when I get ready to go to the show, treat the tires, treat the plastic and the rubber, and she's good to go. So until next time, get out there and enjoy that car. See you in the next one. Thanks for stopping by.